Over the past week, Rockstar released a series of cryptic pictures leading up to the announcement and reveal trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. Unfortunately, we're not going to see this masterpiece until fall 2017, but that doesn't mean we can't look forward to it right now. Hey guys, JV here sharing 5 ways Red Dead Redemption 2 can be better. The first Red Dead Redemption was an unforgettable experience and remains the best video game western of all time. But there's always room for improvement, and this is an opportunity for Rockstar to step it up to the next level. Some of my absolute favorite video games of all time are masters of player agency, which is the concept of me as the player having the ability to control my character's decisions and impact the world around me. In Red Dead Redemption, John Marston was such a strong, well-written character. From the beginning to the very end of the game, you saw his character develop through a really strong narrative. He was an outlaw in the beginning, and by the end, he had redeemed himself. Red Dead Redemption just had a rock-solid narrative, and there's no way around that, and there's nothing wrong with a linear narrative that has a very clear start and a very clear end. Again, there's nothing wrong with that, but personally, I'd love to see more player choice, and those choices have actual consequences on the world around me. John Marston had very specific decisions to make, and those decisions had consequences. Those choices were felt in the game, however, those were linear. Those were choices that you had no matter what. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 has a great opportunity to expand upon that, have those decisions have multiple consequences, and truly affect the world around us in different ways than just one. Player agency sometimes comes at the cost of a looser and less focused narrative, but if there's one company that can pull this off, can have a lot of player agency while also having a strong, polished, and cohesive narrative, it's Rockstar. So I'm challenging them to pull this off, and I think they can do it. Red Dead Redemption had some of the best dynamic weather for its time. You had sunny, overcast, you had some rain, thunderstorms, some snow in very specific areas, but some very blue skies with no clouds as well. This was a great step for an open world game, especially at the time, but personally, I want more in Red Dead Redemption 2. And the best way to do that is to introduce dynamic seasons. I'm talking about a fall, a winter, a spring, and a summer, all within this Western world. Red Dead Redemption had a fair amount of variety for a Western video game already. I mean, the map stretched from a snowy region at the top. It was very small, but there was snow in that game, down all the way to Mexico across the border. The game was still 95% dry and had a desert feel, and that makes sense in a Western video game, obviously, but seasons are the way they can provide more variety in this Western environment. No game seems to have pulled it off so far, but Red Dead Redemption 2 can absolutely do it, and I think that would kind of break the monotony of being in these largely orange and yellow environments where everything seems kind of dead. If you bring in seasons, it's raining more, maybe it's a little bit cool, maybe the protagonist has a little scarf around his neck, it would really do a lot for the immersion of this game. Something that a lot of open world games still struggle with to this day, most recently we had Mafia 3 as a great example of this, is making and creating impactful side activities that feel like they belong and feel like they matter. Red Dead Redemption had plenty of random activities that made the world feel real. You could go and play poker at a local saloon, you could rope in some horses, you could use horses to steer cattle in. It made sense within the context of the world. These were surface level activities that lent themselves very well to the immersion of this world. However, I think we also need more deep and engaging activities. And maybe a way to make these activities feel like they matter is to have consequences for them. If you're going to play poker in a certain area, if you're beating everyone, I think people should be angry. You know, what's going on with this guy? Is he cheating? Maybe incite some kind of violence because you as the protagonist are just so good at poker. At the turn of the 20th century, bison and buffalo were almost extinct, and so it would make sense in this game since they seem to exist according to the new trailer. If you choose to hunt down these animals and dwindle those numbers into extinction, that effect should be felt by the world around you. In this specific example, local hunters should be affected by this because they can't find this animal, kill them, sell that pelt and make that money that they could before. Also, I shouldn't see as much of this animal if I'm actively killing it out in the world. So maybe it would make sense to have a running number of how many squirrels or how many bison we can see out in the world. If we start killing a lot of them, I should see less of them. This concept can also be applied to actual side missions with characters that we care about. I think a great example would be if we interact with a Native American group, maybe a tribe that's set up outside of a city, and they tell us, hey, you know what? White people came in and took this land from us. We want to take this town back for our people. And so maybe our protagonist is in a position to say, yes, I will help you with this. And we as the player can determine if this town is run by Native Americans or the white people that settled there. And so that would be a very impactful decision that would affect the world around us. Speaking of Native Americans, I want them to have some sort of powerful involvement in Red Dead Redemption 2. The group did appear in Red Dead Redemption, but they had a minor role. It was kind of with Dutch's gang, and it wasn't really a focal point for the game. There's such a rich history with Native Americans in America. After all, they were here before the Europeans came over and took over everything. Rockstar did a great job of capturing the tension between Americans and Mexicans living in the same area and interacting with each other in the early 20th century in Red Dead Redemption. I'd love for them to give the same sort of attention to detail and historical accuracy to the Native Americans in America at this point. Fortunately, we do see a Dreamcatcher in the teaser trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm hoping that gives us some kind of hint, some kind of clue into the fact that Native Americans play a significant role in this game. For its time, Red Dead Redemption had a great online experience, really not like anything we had at that time. You could round up a posse full of your friends, go around and experience the entire single-player world with your friends. In 2016, however, this experience does not hold up, mainly because Rockstar has eclipsed its own mode with GTA Online. The best thing that Rockstar can do is take plenty of pages from their own book and what they accomplished with GTA Online, basically put that into Red Dead Redemption 2 with Red Dead Online. We need to have complete control over character customization instead of choosing cookie-cutter versions of the same characters like we had in Red Dead Online. Also, there needs to be a lot more mission variety and context for what you're doing in the online world, and somehow incorporating that with your friends. Again, GTA Online has done a fantastic job of doing that with heists, for example. There needs to be some sort of equivalent in Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sure they're already planning to do this, but Rockstar would be wise to have constant updates for the world, because I remember doing a lot of things in Red Dead Redemption's online mode that were unscripted. I was having to create my own experience because there just wasn't enough to do out in this online world. However, if they pretty much support this game with free updates like they have with GTA Online, people are going to keep buying Red Dead Redemption 2. And of course, Rockstar knows how successful GTA 5 was for the same reason. So overall, Red Dead Redemption 2's online is going to benefit a lot if Rockstar borrows so many great things that they had with GTA Online. How can Red Dead Redemption 2 be better in your eyes? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. I'd love to read how you think Rockstar can improve upon Red Dead with this sequel. If you enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for new videos here on my channel every other day. You can follow me on Twitter at JV2017 if you want to stay up to date on my videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.